Hi guys, it's Beth. Welcome to my channel, Bourbon Creek Crafts. Today I am sharing with you how I used up an older Flavor of the Month kit from Scrapping for Less. They were a company owned by Teresa Russell, who is actually on YouTube now as Fresh and Renewed by Teresa, but they put out a Flavor of the Month kit every month that had a theme, and it was perfect, broken down into mini collections, perfect to make cards from and so fun to play with. So I used the one, I think it was February of 2018. I'm not positive, but it was a February kit, and it was called Castles and Dreams. And so again, there were 4 collections, and they were kind of based on fairy tale, magical, princessy type themes. So the first collection I used was the Fairy Tales by Doodlebug Design. And it also had a birthday theme. So the first thing I did is made a birthday layout for one of my daughters, because it had these bigger stickers that I wasn't sure how I would use on the card. So I was able to put together the phrase magical birthday. And then there were also some other rainbow and unicorn stickers. And so I kind of went with that theme, pink and unicorn, rainbow. Rainbow and unicorns are Avery's favorites nowadays anyway, but this was back from her 2nd birthday in 2014. And so the collection also included some sequins, and so I pulled those in as well, plus a little scrap of one of the papers. So this was a great way to use up some of those bigger stickers. And then with the rest of that collection, I made this tiny little, it's like a mini block sign. It is roughly 2 by 3 inches, I guess, just over that. But it's almost perfect size for those little cut-aparts that you get in a 6x6 pad. And so, like I said, Avery, she is 8 now, and she loves unicorns and rainbows. And so I created this little block. One side has the unicorn and the rainbow, and the other side has the saying, "Never let anyone dull your sparkle." So I just thought that would be perfect for her room. It's her room has all those colors in it, and it is a rainbow theme kind of. So that would be just a fun little decoration piece for her. And then I made several cards. This one used 2 different patterns, and they were strips that I had left towards the end. And so I just kind of pieced them together and then covered the seam with this white piece of scalloped cardstock that I had, and then used a cut apart. And I don't know if this was the back side of one of the cut aparts, or if it was just a scrap piece that I had, and was able to cut it down to a 2x2 square to match that rainbow cut apart. And then I just stamped "You Are Awesome" down there, and I did add a white piece up there. And all of the insides of the cards have at least a strip of patterned paper scrap to help use those up. And this one I did include the little cloud with the rainbow raindrops on it. And then I have a bunch of cards that are using this sketch. It was included in a previous kit from Scrapping for Less, so it just says unknown. But I made a bunch of them and just took some. The kit also included some cardstock that is nice and sturdy for card bases, and so there was purple and pink and then white and some other colors. So I pulled in the purple and pink to use as card bases on a few of these, and then just took some white cardstock, ran it through a polka dot embossing folder that I had, and then used a piece of the pattern paper that I cut at the bottom with a little scallop border die or border punch, and then brought in a 2x2 inch cut apart, backed it on white, and then tied it with some pink and white twine. And then there was one of the patterns that I got had like little sentiments on it, whether or not it was border strips or if it was just like the little sentiment cut aparts, because I think I have some of those too. So if I had those, I pulled it in, and this is backed on a little piece of white cardstock as well. So there's that one, this one. Again, they're all the same design, just different cut aparts, different pattern paper, different sentiments. And then there's that one. And then my last two cards, this one again used two scrap pieces that I had as well as a sticker. And then this is just a stamp from my stash that I stamped and then fussy cut around it, and then also fussy cut a pink border to help it stand out. And this one I made to use, this was a doodle pop that was included in that collection. And so I just kind of used it as the main focus of the card and then stamped "You Are Awesome." And that's up. So quite a few cards. Oh, and I had some little scraps left. So this was one of the cut aparts that I had. And so I just cut a little mini card base to be double the length of what the cut apart was. So I don't have a ruler, but so it's like 2 by 6 inches, and then I folded it in half so that I could use the cut apart. And that's all I did, is I just put the cut apart down on the little mini card base. But then I did use some, what is that? I can't think of the name of it, but it adds like clear dimensional, I'm sure I'll think of it later on in the video, but I added some of that to add some like clear dimension to the little cloud there. And then this one is a 3 by 3 inch mini card. So this was a 3 by 6 inch card base, and then took 2 little scraps that I had, covered the seam with a little white scalloped piece. And then I have a scallop circle here with one of the stickers and a little "Just for You" sentiment. So got lots out of that collection. The next collection I used was Dragon Tales by Doodlebug Designs. So this was more of a boy themed collection. So I made several of these cards, which is from Sunday Sketches number 10. And I utilized some of the stickers. I got like a half of a sticker sheet with this collection, and so I utilized some of the stickers and then put them on a square of white cardstock, and then each one has a patterned mat and then a pattern strip here and a pattern strip across. So I kind of just cut everything down that I could to, cut down all of my card mats, took the strips that were left to turn them into this vertical strip, and then you also end up with a smaller strip from the top. And that was the strip that went across here. So I just kind of laid them all out and kind of mixed and matched all the different pieces. So I kind of made them all together. And then "Happy Birthday to You" was a sentiment from my stash that I just stamped in blue to kind of go with the blue on the cards. And in this case, I used 2 stickers together, this little dragon and the birthday cake. Here is a little Viking with a dragon in a baby dragon, I guess. This one I used the dragon and a present. And that was all of those. And then the rest of these were just kind of using scraps. And so here there was this bigger birthday sticker again. And so I just took a dragon with a balloon, drew a little line to be the string of the balloon. This is just a smaller scrap that I cut in half and rounded the corners to make it look like it went all the way behind. And then these 2 stickers were from the sticker sheet as well. I just love the bright, fun colors of these. This was a cut apart, and so I just kind of made that the focal point. And then I stamped "Happy Birthday" and then added this little, at the end, I had this little slice of cake left. So it kind of fit right there in the open spot on my sentiment. So that was that one. And then this last one, I stamped a present onto a scrap of this gray star paper and then fussy cut it out and then used the word party. So unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I love my girls, but I have girls. I don't have any boys, and so, or any young boys in my family, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to use the birthday party stickers on a scrapbook layout, so I had to find a way to use those on cards. So this is Cards TV sketch number 34. And this was the Once Upon a Prince collection from Echo Park. And so this was more jewel tone colors like navy, teal. And so since I had already done some young girl birthday cards and some younger boy birthday cards, I decided to make these more kind of the adult boy card or just adult male. These are great masculine cards. So here I just used a couple patterns of paper and then again stamped that present stamp onto the navy piece here. This was from the collection. And then it stamped my happy birthday sentiment. Did the same thing here, but again, I kind of mixed and matched the pieces a little bit. So I have 3 of those using the sketch, and then I was just kind of using the scraps that I had left. So I actually brought in a piece of navy cardstock here to pair with the pattern papers. And then this is a stamp from my stash, and it's this little lizard gecko, and then it's got this phrase, age is only a number, mine is unlisted. And so I actually took him, stamped him on this cream color or vanilla cardstock, and then also stamped it on this green pattern, and then fussy cut it out. So I kind of paper pieced the little gecko there. And I did the same thing here with the gecko stamp, and then also brought in some green stars to tie in with him, since this was all more of like a navy and teal. So these are more of like an adult masculine theme. And then the last collection I used was Once Upon a Princess by Echo Park. And it also included this stamp from La La Land Crafts. And so I stamped her 4 times and then took the papers in the collection and did the same thing like I did with the like Doodlebug birthday, or it was the Dragon Tales Doodlebug collection. I cut all of the card mats that I could, that I thought would make good card mats. And then I took the patterns that were left and cut them into 3-inch strips to come down across like vertically on the card, and then took some of the scraps I had left and made a horizontal strip that went across as well. So they're all the same, they have the princesses that I've colored up, and I used the same colors. I used colored pencils, so I colored her up the same for each of the cards just to make it simple. And then I also brought in some of the sequins that were included with the collection, and so they kind of vary depending on the card, but I got 4 of the same design. And that one I kind of offset on the other side for some reason. I thought it looked better that way. And then that used up like a good majority of the paper. I just had some smaller strip scraps left, or a couple smaller scraps and then a strip. And so I was able to kind of make some rectangles. And then there were some of the enamel stickers that were included in that collection as well. So I kind of grouped them together onto this doily die cut circle. And then just stamped my happy birthday sentiment at the bottom. And then I just had some smaller pieces left. And so I also had this set of enamel stickers in my stash. And so I did pull in another castle to go with these scraps because I thought it just would coordinate well. So this is 2 smaller scraps that I kind of grouped together. Again, cover that seam with some, like another little strip scrap. Added the little pink crown paper and then added my enamel sticker there. And then this one did the same thing, 2 smaller scraps pieced together with a strip going across, and then another little sticker. So I actually started using this kit back in February, and it had sat around in an iris case on my desk forever. And so this month I was like, all right, I want to finish this kit so I can get that iris case free, get it off my desk. And so I ended up making out of this kit a 12 by 12 layout, the mini block, 4 mini cards, and then 23 A2 size cards. So pretty good from that kit. So that is my flavor of the month project share, and my goal is to use up at least 6 of these kits. I have a pretty good stash of these kits that I had hoarded and saved over the years, so I'm trying to get them used up. So my goal is to try and use 6 throughout the year. So I think this was maybe number 2. So I still have 4 to use for the rest of the year. So there will be more kit shares to come. But anyway, hopefully this gave you some ideas if you still have some flavor of the month kits lying around, or especially if you have this particular kit. Any card sketches I used will be linked in the description box below. These kits are no longer available, unfortunately. Teresa retired, and so she's not doing the kits anymore, but there are so many of you that I know still have some kits on hand. So hopefully this gives you inspiration to use one and like pull it out and play with it. But I thank you guys so much for your time today, and I hope you all have a very crafty day.